Mhm. Hello, Michael.
Hey, buddy, hang on. I'm trying to get myself this way. There you go.
Yeah. Genadi just wrote that his translator is late, and I don't know. I sent him the link, and so let's start together until he joins
Hey,
us.
I don't have a whole lot of time, so
Yeah.
I can, but we'll make it work.
Yeah. So how are you?
I'm good. Rebecca wants to wave.
And hello, Rebecca. Yeah.
I love what you're doing, Ingen.
Trying to be totally healed up. I'm okay. I'm clean now, negative, but still a little bit cold, but I think I will be okay in a few days. Yeah.
Yeah, we're excited to be a part of the card. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, this is your first time in Istanbul, right?
Yes, it is. Wanted to come for a long time.
Yeah. Minimum probably 10 years, maybe 15 years.
I'm sure. It's been a while. It's been a while. All right, sweetheart. Yeah.
You kept asking me, if there is anything in Istanbul, and then finally it happened. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And you, Ron, and John, and the wives all together arriving from Netherlands to Istanbul, as far as I know.
Yep. And then all of us are leaving Sunday to go to Athens for Valentine's Day.
Oh, the next day, yeah?
Yeah, we'll leave on Sunday the 13th. We'll hang out 13th, 14th, and then Ron's birthday is the 15th. So we're going to celebrate that over there and have a good time in Athens.
Yeah. Well, what time do you leave on Sunday?
Early.
Okay.
I'll send you the flight information. I don't remember, but it's early.
Yeah, you send me, but it's not on my mind yet. Yeah, I mean, right now. Yeah, so you ready? You start resting?
Yeah, so my last little light workout was Friday. So I haven't done anything since. I mean, like I said, I haven't done anything in my preparation or training to think that I'm the strongest I've ever been, because I've been following what Devin suggested. And I just basically let my body heal up and did a bunch of lightweight blood flow work, high volume. But I honestly feel that this might very well be the best I've ever been. I mean, we'll find out really soon. But I feel healthy, and
that's the most important.
Every time I've been on the table, I've had a very dominant type performance. So I'm hoping that that's the case. I know Genadi is in the same boat as me. We both want to win. We both feel like we have a point to prove. But he's going to get my best for sure.
I understand. Yeah. I mean, that's the most important to be, in my opinion, I believe that our most important training is the table time. And I think that it is wrong to go to table time tired for the sake of, high intense weightlifting. I mean, you can still do, but you need to rest before you go there. So because table time is the where you are going to really coordinate all the muscle groups as you are going to use when you compete, so that is, I'm not a fan of, going table tired, so is that basically what you were saying, or?
Pretty much. I mean, I've just been letting I get on the table to see where I'm at. But everything has basically been healing, recovery, getting blood to the area multiple times a day. And everything feels good. Like I really feel that I really feel like I'm a threat to anybody right now. I feel that way. We'll find out. But I mean, I think this is it. I think this is this is the best I could do for this match. This is the best I could, version I could bring in. So
yeah, that's what I was expecting. I think that this match is for you very important. Do you regret accepting this match? I think that you shouldn't, because I mean, you may think that why did I need this match before we all know your plans. But from one side, that I would think that, I mean, if you really have the potential to become the very best in the world, we all need to agree that you need to pass Genadi.
No, I mean, I accepted this match prior to Genadi accepting the match with Hermes. Hey, stuff happens. Genadi may have just had a bad night. Maybe Hermes had a great night. You never know. But I don't put that into any thought right now. I'm expecting the best, strongest version of Genadi to show up. Mm-hmm. I need a match. I want to arm wrestle. Like I don't like this waiting 4 to 6 months or longer to arm wrestle. I don't like it. I get in a training mindset and I train really hard and then I get bored, without getting a chance to unleash, like I want to, it's like a fight. Like you're in the thing, punching a punching bag over and over and over. And you want to punch somebody in the face, like I'm tired of having to punch them. I want to arm wrestle. I don't, the training's great and I love the training, but I am ready to arm wrestle.
Yeah. I understand. Let me send the link one more time. I think I will need a moderator as well, because I can see if there is any super chat or anything, if you don't mind. The reason that I asked this, if you regret, it is not because of that, but does it put on you any pressure that, like, what if then it's going to mess your bigger plans? So you know what I mean? Yeah.
No, I mean, I want all the pressure I put on myself, right? I've already told people what my plans are. I've told people what I want to do. I'm either going to win this match and I'm going to move forward, or I don't, and I'll reconsider my options,
Okay, I understand. So from one side, it's good that you will see where you are at.
Yeah, I have to know. I think I know, but I want to find out.
Yeah. You want to, prove where you are at. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I understand. And do you how do you expect the match to go in a technical way? Emir, just one second. Emir, şeyleri görebiliyor musun, yorumları? Bak bana, geçir onu, telefonu geçir. And what do you expect in a technical way?
Well, I mean, in my perfect world, everything that I've been working on works, and I just smash him 3-0. That would be my perfect scenario.
So you're on your mind, you don't expect a war.
No, I expect a war. I'm hoping there is not one. I expect there's a war, but I'm hoping that I'm hoping I'm where I think I am. And if I am where I think I am, listen, as soon as you or whoever the ref is that says go, I will go as hard as I've ever went on go in my life.
Yeah. Okay. So you will go for it, for a quick finish, but then if it doesn't happen, then you are ready for the long.
I'm fine with it. Normally, I have to stop the match to win the match, right? So if I'm trying to finish the match early and it doesn't go, I still got what I wanted and I stopped the match, right? So I've worked on a lot of stuff. That tour that I did really strengthened my arm. Like, I really think it strengthened some of the stuff that I used to do that I was really powerful with, just crazy, just side pressure. And now that I have my hand and my wrist back, I think it's all going to come together and I'm going to be really dangerous.
Yeah. Michael, like, if we talk about old Michael, and then, like, when I say old Michael, I'm talking about where you were, like, as we remember you lately. But I think that the only difference was your hand and wrist. And in the last trainings, I saw that your hand and wrist handling what is behind them, which is your arm strength. And so if your hand and the wrist, this part came back, it just makes everything behind it even more effective. So that is why it was very
important. That's the plan. Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah, I think that you two, like, have Chance versus Devon, or not to have Chance versus Devon, is just like your wrist to handle that pressure. If your wrist is not really handling enough, and it is kind of hard, you know. Remember, I told you, I wrote that, you know, I see Devon winning, and then you asked me privately, what makes you think that? And I was thinking that your wrist was not gonna handle. It went that way. I don't know. There may be some other reasons behind that you don't want to share, but that in that day, it seemed to be your hand and wrist, you know, at that
Yeah,
time.
he dominated what he needed to dominate, and he had a perfect performance. And hats off to him. It's not going to happen again, though.
Yeah, I mean that is, you know, Michael. There are like some guys, good guys with the good intention that, you know, they are thinking that there is inconsistency, you know, between what you are saying, that, you know, like you are saying something after the match, now you are saying different. I have been trying to explain to them that, you know, we have ups and downs, not only physically, also mentally and spiritually. You know, you may feel and think that way at that time, but when once you recover yourself spiritually, mentally, physically, then you may feel yourself in somewhere uh, different, you know. So that is why when you say now that it's not going to happen again, you know, that is how this is the point that you should come and reach to continue, go on, and then for your dreams, you know, because you have beaten him before as well, you know. So
Right.
yeah, the things can change, you know. Yeah.
No, absolutely. In regards to inconsistencies, what it was is I knew how strong I was in preparation, and then when I got beat, I was like, "Oh my God, that's amazing!" But when I got home 8 days later, and Corey, who I'd been training with and just destroying 10 days before the match, that I couldn't even move him out of the center table, I realized although Devin was in amazing shape and had an amazing performance, there was something different about me, and I didn't know that until I got home and pulled the guy that I normally pull. And I'm like, oh shit, something's wrong. Did I peak too early? I don't know what happened. Doesn't matter. Devin won. He was a better man that day.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, I have learned my lesson, and that's not going to happen again.
Yeah, yeah. So that is what it is. You know, you win or you lose, doesn't matter. You learn something there. But when you lose, usually you learn more than when you are winning, because there are more to learn. You know. Um, um, what was your weight versus Devon that day, and what's your weight right now?
I weighed in that day at 272. So my morning weight was lighter, you know, stripped weight, whatever. Last night I went to bed at 302.
So you are about 30 pounds heavier.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and I'm not as fit as I would like to be. I would like to be more aesthetic. But I'm going to focus on, I've already decided I'm not getting bigger. I'm not going to get bigger from here. I'm going to be more fit, but I do plan on getting stronger, right? And when I say stronger, it's stronger right here. I don't need people for some reason don't think my arm's strong. Well, they're going to find out my arm's strong, right? I just got to make sure my hand and wrist are strong enough to do everything that I need to do. But I don't like carrying this much weight. I thought I would be able to do it and feel comfortable, and I just don't like being this big. So I'll be this big for this event. We'll enjoy our time in Istanbul. We'll enjoy our time in Athens. I have an event to do when I get back to the States, and I fly back to Malta. But March 1st, everything's going to get tightened up a lot with my nutrition, my training. I'm going to do a lot more different style of training that I think is going to be more conducive to overall health and wellness. But it will be very much arm wrestling specific, related on a daily basis for my hands, wrists, and forearms.
And if you win in Istanbul, your next will be, is that like for sure the winner of Devon and Levan, or do you think that if they want to just a little bit rest, you would like to pull someone like either Hermes or Alex or Laletin or anyone?
Well, I'll tell you, this is it. So people are saying, why do I think I deserve a shot? Well, I deserve a shot because I've been on top of this thing for a very long time. I've been amongst the top guys for a decade. And it doesn't matter about who does that, what promotion. I don't need a promotion. I have a very big sponsor in place. After that match happens, that I can do a massive social media push for the most money ever paid out in a super match. And it would be up to them to take it. That being said, I would not mind pulling Alex Kardeccia if I'm successful in 5 days, there's a very good chance that there's a promotion that will set me and Alex up, maybe around the same time that Devin and Levon pull. I'm not pushing. I mean, I want to pull for the overall number one spot before the year is over, whether it's September, October, November, whatever. Right. So I just have to be successful in 5 days. If I choose to pull Alex, which is a big ask, he's a very big man, very strong man. He's had amazing performances. I like my chances because I'm not one dimensional. I'm very hard to finish. Even if you do take my hand, it's, you know, the reason he looks so good against Hermes is so hand and wrist dominant. Well, once he gets his hand and wrist taken, he does not have a lot of defense. I'm used to being in bad positions, right? You're going to have to convincingly beat me, be a level stronger, or I'm going to come out on top. So I like that match. But since we're doing these pay-per-view events here at the Monster Factory, I've actually talked to Todd Hutchins about, at some point, as long as these pay-per-views are successful, I may just start at the top 10 in the United States and arm wrestle every single person until I prove that I'm the number one guy. You know, I don't know. I got options. You know what I mean?
Are you talking about pulling from number 10 to number one after another?
Maybe.
Oh yeah. So you are looking for things that, you know, like not how to say, that people are not used to. You want to do something, you know, unusual.
Absolutely. Yeah. Everybody's out there, you know, people are waiting 6 months for a match and doing this crap and doing that crap. Listen, if the pay-per-views that I'm doing here at the Monster Factory are supported, I'll arm wrestle every month. I'll pull a different dude every month until I prove that I'm the best in North America. And then, or I'll bring guys over from Europe. I mean, what I'm saying is, I don't like waiting. The waiting is killing me.
Michael,
you know,
Michael, do you, inside of you, do you feel like, you know, you need to beat everyone from 10 to 1 to prove that you are the best in North America?
No, but it sure would be fun to do it.
Oh yeah, that is, you know, I was just thinking that, like, I bet that you don't feel that way.
No, of course not. I know where Corey's at, and I know where I am with Corey right now. And I feel like I'm that way with anyone else in the United States. Dave Chafee is a hard match. Jerry Cadret's a hard match. Devin Larrett's a bad dude. There's other great arm wrestlers in there as well. Yeah. But if I am where I think I'm at, which we're going to find out in 5 days, I like my chances against anyone right now currently. I think I got enough horsepower to stop anybody, and I know I got enough heart to beat anybody. So,
yeah. I will ask you, excluding yourself, how do you see the top 5, 7 in the world, excluding yourself?
Levon, Vitali, and I say Vitali because he's recognized as, you know, most people think he's the number. We don't know. A 300-pound Devin, a 292-pound Devin, the Devin that shows up, I'm going to tell you, in my opinion, if Devin is strong enough to make that match stop before he loses 3 times, he's winning that match.
Talking about Vitali or Levon?
Levon. If he's strong enough to stop the match before he's lost 4 times or whatever it is, Devin Larrett's going to win that match. It's just whether or not he's strong enough to stop it.
Do you think he will stop?
Man, I really think so. And I'm telling you, I'm not a guy that like, oh, this rule system, that rule system. But Devin knows how to not manipulate, but push things right there as far as they can go. And under that rule system, he will have an opportunity to bleed Levon's hand in the setup, in the pump, immediately go to strap. He's got a lot of stuff working.
That's what I was thinking as well. That's what I was thinking as well. But people think that, you know, he will not get tired. And I asked Levon. Levon said that, who says that his endurance is no good? But I think that people doesn't understand the endurance of Devin. I think
people do not understand the endurance of Devin.
They don't understand it. If they would just like little bit play with him, they will realize that in a minute that their hands will be numb, and then they will not even realize this. It is not about the strength. I mean, you may have probably 30% more power than Devin when you are like starting together, but 1 minute later, the things are not like that anymore. Your hand gets numb.
People are drastically underestimating Devin.
Yeah.
And a motivated, focused Devin is a very dangerous person. So if you talk about the top 5, 7, whatever, and I don't put myself in there, I'm going to put Levon, but then I honestly think the Devin that shows up in June it's 50-50 in my opinion. And then I think you got Alex and Vitaly, but I honestly think Vitaly, I think Alex may be a bad match for Vitaly because he's just as long of a lever, right? Mm-hmm. He's just as big of a hand. And I'm not 100% sure Vitaly smashes him. And I don't think if Vitaly does not smash Alex, I think Alex out arm wrestles him. I know that's not a popular opinion, but that's what I think. So it honestly
can I tell you something? Like when you say like when he doesn't flash, he may not flash, but it depends on which position the match will start. Because I have seen Vitaly in 2015 WAF versus Alexander Getalo, 110 kilo world champion from Kazakhstan, current world champion. They pull like 10 minutes, and Vitaly won, but because the guy was
how big of a dude was the other guy though? How long was his arm?
No, I'm not talking about it, but it depends on the hand position. Even you are told if your wrist is like this, it's hard for you to win against. But it depends. If you are going like
you're right.
Equally position like this.
I think Vitaly is very, very good, very, very good against guys who don't match him in genetics. I think Alex may be the bad matchup for Vitaly just because he's equally as big, So I would say, like I said, Levon, Devin, Alex, Vitaly, which is crazy. And I don't know. I'm just guessing.
And
I don't know.
Number 5?
Dave? We don't have enough. Dave Chafee. I'd say Dave Chafee. And then, honestly, I would probably put Hermes in at 6th.
Yeah. And do you think Hermes has any chance against Dave or no?
Yes. But only if he beats his hand. If he doesn't beat his hand, he's done.
Yeah, but can he beat? That's the question.
That's the thing. We don't know, right? Dave has a big, powerful hand. If Dave sets up his hand and protects his wrist and protects his riser, I think Hermes is in trouble. If he ever gets his wrist compromised, I think he'll keep getting his wrist compromised. We have to see it to find out. But I definitely think Dave's the stronger person. Hermes has one really good lane that if he gets, he could beat Dave. But it's just whether or not Dave's hand and wrist holds up and whether or not Dave protects his wrist and his riser, in my opinion. But yeah, I give Hermes is an amazing. Actually, I can't say it. We don't know. Arif might beat Hermes this weekend. You know what I mean? We don't know. This would be a better question to ask me after this weekend. But
if Arif is better than Hermes, do you think that it makes Hermes bad or if it makes Arif good?
No, it makes Arif good. It just he would have to come in before Hermes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The 6th place guy would be Arif. The 7th place guy would be Hermes.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in 4th place right now according to the rankings. And I was in 2nd. Devin beat me. I got jumped by him and Vitaly, which is odd, but that's how it worked. And then now I think they have Devin 3rd and me 4th. Vitaly 2nd, Levon 1st. I don't know exactly.
It's just all only speculation,
Yeah, I like my chances with anybody. I honestly do. But we're going to find out. I think my hand and wrist are going to be very strong this weekend. But yeah, I think Genadi's in the top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have him ranked like 14th or some shit, and that makes no sense to me. But I would think Genadi's would probably fall right underneath Hermes, Yeah. If you're talking about the people who are going to beat him, I don't think there's going to be a lot of people who are going to beat Genadi, especially if the match stops and he's a warrior, That's why do I want to get him out of the way early? Because I don't want to give that man any confidence. I don't want him to believe he as soon as he's a lot like me. As soon as he believes he deserves to be on that table, that's a dangerous person. But he's second guessing himself until that first go. But then once that match stops, he shakes his head speaks some Georgian stuff, and it gets crazy, you know. And I don't want to find that version of Genadi. I want to get him out of there. I want to get rid of him early. But if it does become a war, and he's not a lot more dominant, like if he doesn't just destroy my hand, you know, if we're anywhere in the center of the table and we're both, you're going to be in for something special. Because you got two guys.
If you have the wrist like this, and if he's like this, it will be very hard for him to beat you. But if he can get far side of your hand somehow, and then can kick, like if you are equally the same position, then I'm expecting a war there. And then the one that goes higher and higher and higher, that will finish the other one. But he should never, like whenever he puts his shoulder pressure, you know, when you are in a like losing position, I cannot say that he can finish you as long as he is not very far away to your fingers or the hand. But if you take him to this here, your winning side, and then bring your shoulder, and if you catch him on his brachyradialis, I believe that you're gonna finish him. So he better keep you in his winning side. The worst case,
it would be advantageous for him to get me out of center on his side of the table. If he does not, I don't see a path for him to win.
This is what I believe. Because you are where you are great. Of course, he's great in losing positions as well. But I don't know. Like I think that Hermes had the full hand control, wrist control when he did the shoulder pressure, and I think that your shoulder pressure, even without the wrist, will be maybe even more than the.
It's a lot. It's a lot because when I decide to press, I don't press at the wrong time. I usually press at the right time. And when I do, that change of pressure with the fact that I still had that side pressure commitment, it just overloads the person's arm and it just goes down. It's just it's that timing. I've done it so many times. I know when that lane opens up. So it almost looks like it's effortless, but it's just a lot. It's a lot going on when I decide to press,
the truth is when you catch someone in that position, I don't know who can stop you. When you find the right moment, go up, you usually choose the time that you feel that he is getting exhausted. And once you go there, I don't know how many people, usually when you go up there to put your shoulder, the smart ones take you here, so that you can go behind. But if they get caught, in here, and then you put the shoulder, I mean, like probably they are feeling like you are standing on their arm with your feet, like that's how it looks like, I don't know. It's very hard them to counter you in that position. And if we go, I know you don't have so much time, but if we go, the event is very close. How many of the matches, like, are you familiar? I am sure you are familiar with. I saw your video that you thought that mostly the Americans are winning, and it is some because you think that way, and some it is not to involve the feelings of friendship, patriotism. It's impossible. If you ask an Italian, if he doesn't have a personal problem with Hermes, he's gonna say Hermes is gonna win. It's a very normal thing. But we are people that not only are masters, but a little bit like authority. About predictions and something. Like, can you give a little bit of them? At least, like, even you think that Americans are gonna win, and like, can you make a little bit technical analyze? Like John Berzing versus Haji Murazolev.
Okay, so obviously I want John to win.
Yeah.
I don't know if his hand and wrist are going to hold up. I don't know. Over 5. I mean, it's not over 5 rounds. First one to win 3.
Yeah.
But I want John to win. But Zoliev is a dangerous human being. That guy is very, very good. So I think there's a chance that John can control the rounds, or even if his wrist gets flattened, I think he can win rounds 1 and 2 without hand control. But I'm afraid it would take too much out of his arm, and he wouldn't be able to get the third pin in. If he can control the hand and wrist, he's 3-0 sweeps it.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't know if he can.
Who says that John is the one who is going to get exhausted? John,
I'm
except the
thinking that.
devil match. Listen, you don't compare yourself with anyone else. Anyone who trains with you. I mean, like who is just finishing you about endurance? Like
Yeah.
even Devon needed to dominate you with strength to beat you, but the strength, he was stronger. What if the strength was so close and then you could play your own game? So it is not easy to uh, finish you either, about like to have better endurance than you. So I wouldn't compare yourself. But when you go back to his matches with Chance, Dimitri Kachan, and Pauline, you will see that his opponents were much younger. But John was the victorious after the wars. He's the one that continued winning.
No, I agree. I just think Zoliev's a different level, in my
Oh yeah.
opinion. I just think he's got so much experience. He's been doing it for so long. And I also believe, see, we're talking about the mental strength and endorphins when you get adrenaline. I think when Zoliev gets any type of position on John, his confidence will go from here to here, right? You're pulling John Brzezinski. So you're second guessing yourself already. But as soon as you get any type of position, it's just like me. If I was to pull Levon and I could get that match to stop and I could see his knuckles just bend back slightly, I would lose my shit. Like I would just be like, that'd be crazy. And I think Zoliev would have that same type of adrenaline rush if he gets a good position on John. And I just think he would be able to find his way, find a path through it. I want John to win. I want John to win. I just don't know.
I just think that when you say that you get your position, I mean, you are playing a deadly game. When you get your position, not many can get away from there. But
Right.
if you talk about, I'm not sure, just because Zolev had a little bit hand control but couldn't control the pronator of John, and then he can keep. John is the guy that in his muscle memory,
Yeah.
with little bit wrist loss, even he beat Denis Chiplenko. And of course, he's not the same John, but neither Zolev is Denis Chiplenko.
Right.
So yeah. So what
So
I'm
your
just
pick, you
saying,
think John? You think John?
I mean, I'm thinking that if you are pulling with John, you really need to dominate that guy. If you don't dominate a guy like John, he may always find a way. Dimitri Kashan took everything. He was right there by the path. Dimitri Kashan, when you say like he's on different level, Dimitri Kashan, I think in 2015 Europeans, he took second to Krasimir Kostadinov in 242s. He's much taller. His top roll ability, I believe. I mean, if you put Dimitri Kashan versus Zolev, I would bet you that Dimitri Kashan is going to top roll Zolev and beat him.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
he even it wasn't so easy, Krasimir, to hook him. He was just like this. It was like fighting with Pronator, and I don't know. We are talking about the years that Krasimir even had a win versus Genadi and Levan. We are talking about. So what I'm just saying, that just because someone has a little lower career and less fame, it doesn't mean that, we're talking about Zole, who used to pull in 70 kilo, and then he is really pushed to be 90 kilo, 200 pounds, while Dimitri Kashan has a build of even a super heavyweight if he gets a little bit muscular, his height and everything. So I'm like, there is one guy, his name is Tautiev. He has top roll Zole many times. And Clement Dimitrov, this year top roll, Zole was injured, but even before, I have seen him top rolling Zolev 2018 or 2019 Europeans, and then Zolev beat him that way. So it is not that impossible to top
Well, you
roll.
convinced me. John's gonna win. You got me.
I don't know, but it's not that easy. Zolev says that John is old and his wrist is vulnerable, and he's gonna take and beat him. This is what Zolev said here. He said that he's gonna beat him with top roll, but I just wouldn't underestimate John. Let's see. And then if we go to Hermes and Arif, do you have any idea about who Arif is? Have you ever followed him?
Of course I have.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Beautiful top roll. Big guy, looks good. And he does well against other top rollers.
Yeah.
So,
he does very good. In 2016, Europeans, he won, and Krasimir, Genadi, and Levan all placed behind him when Arif won there. And there,
wow.
Arif beat Krasimir twice, and he beat Genadi as well there. and he also beat Krasimir same year, and year before he beat Levan once at European Championships. So Arif is, people are, underestimating him. Arif keeps pulling Europeans, WAFs, Turkish nationals. You know what it means. And
Right.
so, I mean, just because he is choosing those events, people are thinking that, he may not be that level, but I think
I'm excited to see that match. I'm very excited to see that match.
330 pounds. And then you know what happened? The other day I asked Hermes. He said he is 128 kilo. He was 180 kilo versus Matt Mask, 120 versus Kurdesha, 124 versus Genadi, and now 128 pounds versus Arif.
Yeah, that's big.
So biggest ever. So what's
282.
Yeah, good math. Yeah.
282.
Yeah. So he's huge.
That's big boy.
Yeah. And another question: do you think that Hermes has? Come on, just be objective. Hermes has any chance at all versus Devon, or not at all?
I think he does, but not over 6 rounds or 5 rounds.
So
I mean, could he get a flash pin on Devon one time, or a dominating control of the hand and wrist one time? Yes. I don't think he can do it multiple times.
You say the maximum 2 times, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see him winning over best of 5 or 6 rounds. I just think Devon has too many options.
Even if it is WAF rules?
Probably.
Okay.
That's just my opinion,
No, I ask this not because of anything, but because, Hermes often, in Dubai, the press conference, it's supposed to be between John and him, and then Hermes just jumped and said, bring the table and let's go, And
right.
Yeah, so that is, I was just thinking what people think, if they have faith in Hermes or not, that's what I was thinking,
Yeah. I mean, a 282-pound Hermes is a big dude.
Big, yeah.
That's a big dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited about this week. Like I'm dreading the travel because of wearing the mask and how long it is, and I know my back's gonna hurt. I'm dreading that, but I'm anxious to arm wrestle. Like I'm ready to see everybody, but at the end of the day, I'm waiting for Saturday to get here as soon as possible.
Do you see anyone around touching his weight beating Todd in hook?
I don't know who all's out there. There might be some Russian or Kazakhstan dude who's a freak inside that could do it, but Todd's hook strong. Hook strong.
Yeah. So do you know Sonev, his opponent, Jordan Sonev?
Yeah. I've watched him. He's impressive too.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Yeah. And maybe the last one I will ask you, Chance versus Sandris.
I don't know anything about Sandris except he said that I was horrible without my King's move, so I don't like him. So I'm going with Chance. But yeah, I don't know anything about the kid.
You don't know? Yeah.
Now, what's so funny is people making these statements. They've never arm wrestled me. You have no idea what my level is. You have no idea how strong I am. But people just automatically assume that, if it wasn't for dude, I've been doing this for a very long time. I'm a whole lot more than what you've seen on the internet. So, but people ask me why Kings move this weekend. I will do whatever it takes to win this weekend within the rules. I don't think I have to. I don't think I have to. But I'm not trying to prove a point either. I'm not trying to say, look, I can win without the Kings move. At the end of the day, winning is what matters. As long as I do it within the rules, that's all that matters. So,
how do you specify specify that? Like, where is which you call King's move, which I call desperation move, when the shoulder is down or up?
Well, yeah, okay, so that's what I mean. There's stuff that looks really, really bad. I think if you arm wrestle within the rules, it's an open top rope, right? I think if I'm arm wrestling within the rules, I'm in an open top rope. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to drop my shoulder below the table. If the rule is a humorous, but whatever the rule is, that's what I'm going to stick at. If I had to drop down low, I'll make sure my shoulder's above the table. I'll make sure my humerus spawns at the right angle. But I'm that's the funniest thing is I've never even tried to cheat in a grip. You know, I'm the least cheating guy in arm wrestling, but I get called a cheat. It's so funny. I mean, I just want to sit, close my thumb, close my hand. I want a straight wrist. I want to see my knuckle. And I want somebody to say go. I've never tried to get an advantage in the strap. I just want a fair match, you know. And you tell me what the rules are, and I'll arm wrestle within the rules. Do what?
You just said that you have a good sponsor for a possible big match. If that ever happens, what would you prefer as rules?
I'm gonna just tell you, I don't care about. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I mean, you got to say now though, if it's Devin, you want to go ahead and just go with WAF rules. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to give him the chance to do all of this stuff that he does. You know. You want to make sure.
Well,
so
would you pull him under WAF rules?
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll pull anybody under any rules. Hell, I'll pull him on a freedom table if he wants. You know, I don't even know what those rules are. But
the question is, like, remember you said that, you know, with the rules that Devon is gonna pull Levan, you said that, you know, there is some hole there for Devon to not to manipulate, but just to tire Levan before. Such thing, would it also work against you? That the
well, it has in the past, you know. But,
but does it affect you?
Well, it won't anymore. That's what I'm saying. And whatever happens next, nothing. Where I have a problem is I have respect for my opponents. Like I consider us all one big family, right? Yeah. And I'm too nice. I'm going to quit being nice until after the tournament. You know, Devin and I should not have been hanging out. I shouldn't have been having breakfast with him. There was a lot of things that he did very well in the lead up to our match that I realized in retrospect had a small effect, you know? So like, I'm sorry that Genadi wasn't on here because I have great respect for Genadi, but I don't really want to be nice right now. You know, like I don't want to be friends. I want to be friends after. Like he wants to beat me. I want to beat him. Let the best man win, you know? But I have, like I said, safe travels. I have great respect for him. He's an amazing athlete. I'm excited about this match. But I'm going to walk up to him. I'm going to shake his hand. I'm going to set my hand in there and somebody's going to say go. And you're going to see fireworks.
No need to get so much socialized.
Well, no, you know, I mean, it's hard not to because we are a family. You know, there's no place in the world that you can't go that someone won't open their home to you. Same thing for me. There's not a country that I could go to that an arm wrestler wouldn't say, hey, man, come stay with me. We are a family, but we're also competitors.
After they went.
And now with social media and everything else, it's just, used to you didn't go and hang out a week before the match. You showed up the day before and you saw your guy and you arm wrestled the next day. Now we have to get there a week early. You got to do interviews. You got to do this. That shit, it's too much. Like, I'd rather just tell me when to arm wrestle and I'm going to show up, let's arm wrestle, you know? Because it's too easy for me to want to hang out with my buddy. But you don't want to hang out with your buddy if that's who you're about to arm wrestle.
Can you not put distance even you need to be in the same place? Can you not put
I will like from now on. That's what I'm saying. That's the mistake that I made. I will not make that same mistake again, you know? I mean, and I don't like being that way because I want to be friends and I want to have a good time. But right now,
it's not because of disrespect. It's not it's because of your motivation, you know, nothing else.
Right.
You know?
I mean, that's the thing about our match versus every other match on the card is Genadi and I both have a point to prove. Genadi and I both are coming in this thing to destroy the other guy. Right?
War. Nothing else. War. Yeah.
That's it. So that's what you're going to see. You're going to see two guys that have everything to lose. And will do everything in their power not to lose.
So
that's what's going to happen.
And your plans, all that training and everything, you know, and then your future plans, you are not training only for this match. You are training for a also bigger target until you reach the top. And
absolutely.
So this is your dreams, and the price that you pay is more important than, you know, just hey, how are you? How are you doing, buddy? And this and this. Just as you said, it can wait. Just because you don't do this before the event, it doesn't mean that you are enemy or something. But guy,
Right.
please, we are gonna have a war there. We can't be so lovely to each other. Just keep your, distance. And after the match, let's sit, drink, eat, whatever. But let's do this. And for me, right now, for my motivation, it is better to be a little bit keep the distance. We don't have
Absolutely.
to say harmful words to each other or something. But I don't
No.
want to be. Yeah. This I understand. That's your point. Yeah.
That's where I'm coming from right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, Michael, I will not hold you more. I thank you very much, and hope to see you and others very soon. And we will
Yes,
be
sir.
honored. We will be very happy to see you all. Would you suggest to the guys to, watch pay-per-view, buy
Oh,
just for
dude,
future
seriously,
events?
you're about
Yeah.
to see the most amazing card in the history of arm wrestling.
Yes.
And I mean, did you already sell out all the in-person tickets? Are they sold out? Are they sold out? To be there in person, have y'all sold all those tickets?
I mean, in person, there is no ticket, but the entry, they will pay and enter there.
So there's still room. Hey,
Yeah.
if anybody's on here and they can get to Istanbul, you want to see this live. This is going to be crazy. If not, go order your pay-per-view. This is going to be an amazing event. Inga's doing awesome stuff. To bring together a card this big, you cannot imagine how much difficulty and stress it goes involved. But he's bringing us something special. I'm happy to be involved, and it's going to be amazing.
Michael, I have bad news for you that you are going to sign 150 t-shirts.
Afterwards.
Afterwards, right? Afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You take care and have a nice flight, safe flight, and see you very soon. Okay.
All right, brother. Take care.
Thank you very much for joining.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.